My name's Cole Manus, and we're going to be talking about why WCU. So I work a lot, and it's kind of a crazy schedule because I'm bouncing between a 3 hour drive constantly to be working in the fishing industry, as well as the golf course near home while I'm helping my parents as they're aging. So the distance learning program is huge for me, and this was the first college to reply that had a distance learning program. Therefore, I just bit the bullet on it, and I've been loving it since. So the home base is Sanford, North Carolina. It's about 45 minutes southwest of Raleigh. Down here on the right is my home lake. This is about 10 minutes from me. This is Lake Jordan. This is where I typically crappie fish and sometimes striped bass. And Beaufort, North Carolina is where I'm trying to be moving after graduation. I currently have a beach house there, which I go to about 3 to 4 times a month in order to do charters. And this is Taylor's Creek in Beaufort, North Carolina. So the best part of the entrepreneurship program are the classes are actually rather interesting. It's not like grueling and you're having to peel your eyes open and listen. It's actually some pretty interesting stuff, and a lot of it is tailored to your personal interests. And the asynchronous works best for my life, just being so hectic and not really knowing my schedule. So my hobbies are obviously going to be fishing. Offshore fishing is a huge, huge love of mine. We typically go Gulf Stream, Beaufort, North Carolina being the second closest to the Gulf Stream. It's only about 34 miles for us, where in reference, Charleston, South Carolina would be about 77 miles. So that's where we go to fish for mahi, swordfish, and bottom groupers and whatnot. But I also love to fish for sheep's head, which is the fish up here on the top. It's a really toothy critter. They love to eat crabs and shrimp during the winter, which leaves me to get up at like 2:30, 3 in the morning to go to the mud flats and flip over oyster beds to look for mud crabs in order to catch these things. So it's a big hobby of mine. And a little side business is I like to make lures, trolling lures for things such as billfish and mahi. So my support group at the moment, there's a lot of other self-made charter fishermen such as Double Down Fishing. His name's Greg. And some of the local salts, Bub Carson. He's actually kin to me. He's my grandfather's cousin, and he's taught me pretty much everything I know about fishing and how to respect the fish and how to respect the environment in which we fish in. And someone I would love to add is Brian O'Kilter, who hosts the Off Kilter Fishing Channel. He fished strictly for sheep's head near the Moorhead, Beaufort area, North Carolina. And that'll be someone who I would really love to talk to and have on my side. So the industry I'm going to be talking about is charter fishing. I do dabble in it. I go out as a deckhand on some boats like the Dancing Outlaw, and sometimes I help my friends on double down fishing. So the one thing is that the amount of money needed to start the company and maintain it is massive. Some of these boats that these people are taking out are 2.4 million, and they cost upwards of 10 to 5 grand just to take it out for the day. But when you work in that industry and you have a big passion in that industry, you learn a lot of things from these people who are out in the water every day. And being on the water, you learn a whole lot more than just sitting at home and looking at YouTube. So this is a business model for Netflix. And something I would add would have been live sports, kind of like Hulu. A lot of people are transferring to Hulu and Peacock because a lot of the shows that they like to watch are on there already, and plus they have live sports. I think something that could revamp Netflix is their live sport market. And thank you for listening.